Hello, this your main man, Dr. Life, in the business of saving lives, aka RPG, the divine weapon. That's right, RPG, the divine weapon. Listen, we out here, we first responders in the business of saving lives. Baymax saves. Be about your money at all costs. You saving lives from the war on the poor. Saving lives. See, there's a Hunger Game of Thrones going on. And the war on the poor, the aim of the war on the poor is to have the people die of the worst death, die of starvation. When your king said, I came that you may have life and have it abundantly, the have life, the golden child life, the golden rule empire, we here to distribute the have life. We are the low lives, made a little lower than the angels. We are the ITB low lives. Whenever you hear me say ITB, we talk about in the beginning. So there are a bunch of imposters. There are a bunch of imposters out here that want you to identify with them. And we out here to recruit our young people, our brothers and sisters, our older elders who have been deceived in our fathers and mothers' generation, the baby boomers generation have been deceived by these imposters, promoting themselves as American idols, promoting themselves as the rich and famous icons that you are to emulate. We here to let you know, we here to accept the challenge. This is the Roman Circus Challenge. And our track record is proven. If you want the ability to be on the team that makes ITB money that grows on trees, the ITB, be about your money at all costs. Be about your mankind at all costs. See, you got to understand that there is going to be an accounting for every drop of blood money. When you buy into this system that's a war on the poor and a war on the family, war on women and children, war on the image of God. When you war on God's children, you war on God's image, because his children are created in the image of God. And then the same pagans that are warring on God's image, they then present themselves as imposters of angels of light. We here to destroy the masquerade. We here to step into the ring, and all we need is a group of young people who want to join with the young people that we've trained up in the way that they should go. We here to tell the world that these young people and the young people in the highways and the byways are no different. There is no different. Just like the people in the streets of Trenton and Compton and Brooklyn and Chicago, the same streets we roam in the Generation X. There's no difference between us and them. We just are the proof of power that can demolish the demonic strongholds of these demons. And we just putting together a team to go in and print the ITB money to distribute back to our people, to make them whole, to give them back their reparations, to restore the prosperity that we had with God, the Creator, from the beginning. What I'm saying is not new. What I'm telling you is what we've been doing for the past 21 years. And now there's people just starting to say these same things. I'll show you. Then I'm going to give you my commentary and show you what's the difference. Everybody else tells you the problems, but we the only ones who have invested in the solution, the disaster relief solution, the cleanup job. And now we coming to compensate our people in real currency. We're going to pay you to play the game. Cash flow quadrant. From the richest dad, poorest dad, money that grows on trees. Like I told you, knowledge is increasing. There's plenty of people like Robert Kiyosaki and the gentleman that I'm going to show you that's showing you what the problem is. All we doing is we giving y'all the blueprint, our family legacy, our heritage, our customs, going all the way back to ITB. How every time we tap into this power, we prove the power. Every time we prove we have the power, the prosperity flows in the land of milk and honey. Every time. Check it out.
System. The whole social engineering system says that you must teach black people.
Tell me something, George. You like to use the words Uncle Tom a lot, only when it fits. Do you know who Uncle Tom really was? Sure. He was that dumb nigga who used to think Simon would be for women. Wrong. That's another one of those lies about our people that has been accepted as truth. Who was it then? Superfly in the sky?
So when Harriet Beecher Stowe put out her book, what she tried to tell black folk is that Uncle Tom was not a bad guy. See, Uncle Tom, you read that book, and most blacks, 90% of blacks never read it. They always call another black, he's an Uncle Tom, he's an Uncle Tom. He's not an Uncle Tom. If you read the book Uncle Tom was a guy who would not beat black women. Uncle Tom, that book, was a guy who would not beat other blacks to make them pick more cotton. Uncle Tom was a guy who would come in at night and take cotton out of his own bag and put it in other black folks' bags so they wouldn't get whippings at night. Uncle Tom was a guy who would not tell where black folk were hiding when they went across the river and they broke free as slaves. But Simon Legree, the white slave master, had a black that followed him around named Sambo, who always says, you show me, give me the right, I'll show you how to trees the coons. I'll show you where they hide. And see, that's the guy.
Josiah Henson was the little-known man behind one of the...
All right, let's pause. Let's not get too far. Understand. In 1865, there was a lady by the name of Harriet Beecher Stowe. Man, I don't know why I don't have her. She on one of the bills. Anyway, 1865. What's important about 1865? It's the same time that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, same time that the Civil War ended. 1865. Same time that Abraham Lincoln bypassed the U.S. dollar. Bypassed the U.S. dollar and took the power out of the fake thieves, founding fathers, and gave it back tried to give the power back to the people. We are doing the exact same thing. The dollar bill is about to crash. And only when you have, listen, man, this record book been telling you they pushing for a cashless society. A time where you cannot buy or sell, save you have the mark of the beast. That is a cashless society. They cannot implement their new world order, new age, one world government without a global economic crisis and crash. That's what Donald Trump is here for. That's what he's doing. That's what George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, that's what Richard Nixon, Woodrow Wilson, the Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, you pick them. Ronald Reagan, you pick them. And you're at the final edge of the cliff. And they've given you the bread and circus, the Roman bread and circus, the entertainment, the pagan entertainment, the bread and circus, the blood flowing, the blood flowing in the streets. Hollywood and these pagan whores of Hollywood and these pagan whores of rap and these pagan whores of the NFL and the NBA and NCAA, pagan whores everywhere. All about that money. They all all the rappers know how to do is put the cash phone up to their ear. What happens when the dollar is worthless? Chaos. Order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. And everybody is deceiving you to lull you into sleep. And we the only ones here building with the ITB in the beginning. ITB in the beginning money. 407-308-0997. 407-308-0997. We got 4 days. 4 days. We work out 4 times a day, building the cornerstone. That's right. We recruiting individuals to be business models. This is a financial fashion statement. Being a son and daughter of God is a financial fashion statement. When you have the financial fashion statement correct, you are underneath the blessings. Firstborn blessing and the birthright blessing. And by your fruits, the world knows you are a son and daughter of God. God got a whole lot of people who don't have the fruits. That's because they deceived. That's because they lost. That's why he said, I have sheep of many fold. How many of you know that when one is lost, I will leave the 99 and go after the one that's lost? Where is the one lost? In the highways and the byways. In the ditch, in the ravine. Where did he find the lost sheep at? Out there in the highways and the byways. In the ditch. And he picked it up and put it on his shoulder and brought it back. The lost. It's 2 states of being with the sons and daughters of God. The righteous and the lost. I have not come to call the righteous, but the wicked, my lost. First to the Hebrews, then to the Gentiles, lost. But he said, I ain't come to call the righteous, my sons and daughters who create that ITB in the beginning, money that grows on trees. They the proof of the power. They the proof that I will always have a remnant. It won't be a day that goes by that I won't have a remnant that represents me. It's all or nothing in this game. The enemy got to wipe out every last one of my sons and daughters to claim victory. And he cannot do it. He has never done it. And as long as I got one standing in the gap for my peoples, because I already crushed him in the kingdom, he's a loser. As long as I got one that still holds on and stands up for me and produces the ITB, produces the righteousness, everything else is lies. And they try and distort. They tried to distort the whole history so you won't identify. So you won't identify. You see this? That says the G unit. That don't stand for guerrilla unit. That stands for the Godhead unit. The husbandry that he gave our original fathers and mother in the garden. We just loaned our brother out to Fifth. We loaned our brother. The king said, I got sheep of many folds. We just loaned our brother out so they could get a glimpse of how to transform and break them cycles. So they could get a glimpse of how to go from the swine of the lowest life to be transformed to the low life that has life. Low life, have life. I came that you might have life and have it abundantly. I came that you might have life. Havilah, the good gold of Havilah. Stop letting these imposters rob you.
Most notorious characters in history. Harry Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom.
In talking about Uncle Tom, we have to be careful because it has a legacy rich in racism. The term Uncle Tom has become this derogatory term, but really the character was never written to be that way.
About 1852.
All right, so understand what happened. Understand what happened. The European has never defeated the Nubian. Who is the Nubian? The Ethiopians, all throughout this scorecard. This is a testimony of the record, the scoreboard of the lost who covet the throne and the blessings of the children, the faithful children. You have faithful children and you have lost children. And then of the lost children, you have lost children who then become prodigal sons and come back home. And then of the lost children, you have the Cains who reject the heritage and covenant and never come home and are cursed to be restless wanderers and vagabonds. And those children of Cain historically have plotted and schemed on how they can still maintain their vagabond, cursed, separated, ignorant lifestyle and rob and steal and pillage the blessings and the resources of the sons and daughters of God. And the only way they are successful is when they get grievous wolves that look just like the sons and daughters of God to deceive them and lead them astray into going from faithful into being lost. How do you do that? Go from being faithful to being unfaithful. It is natural to be faithful. That's why God started humanity off in a covenant relationship between one man and one woman, which is called a marriage. Everybody knows what a covenant relationship of marriage means. When you enter into that covenant, when you are exclusive and you exchange those vows and you exchange hearts, And when you are exclusive to the one who you've exchanged the vows and the heart with, and you remain exclusive, that is the definition of being faithful. It's that simple. He gave it to us to practice. Practice with your bride, your spouse. Practice on becoming one with your spouse so you could know how to become one with your creator. Because I got a covenant and I got an exchange. Come exchange with me gold tried in the fire. This is what he said in Revelation. Come exchange with me. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is ITB money. Them dollar bills is worthless. It's toilet paper. It's trash. And they got your whole world wrapped around chasing them dollar bills, going to that job, going to that school of the lowest learning, swine learning. Well, we got a work study program in the Father's Business School where we looking to recruit financial fashion statement business models. If you want to be a financial ITB, in the beginning, money that grows on trees, Baymac, be about your money at all costs, your ITB money, money that grows on the tree of life. These are beautiful backs. These ain't them greenback blood money, dead president greenbacks. These is beautiful backs. Baymac, it's in the water. Be about your money at all costs. Be about your mankind at all costs. If you want to be there and help us launch, we're looking for 1,600. We're looking to transform 1,600 just to prove. 407-308-0997. Call, leave a message, ask to sign up for one of our 4-day workouts. I'm gonna come back later and finish this.